There are four types of signage: identification signs, directional signs, informational signs, and regulatory signs. Identification signs tell you what something is, such as a building name. Directional signs direct people throughout the servicescape, such as signs within a parking lot. Information signs provide customers with information, such as hours of operation. And regulatory signs say what is and what is not allowed within the servicescape, such as a no smoking sign. Signage is most often a customer's first encounter with the company, and as such, should provide clear and direct information. Rossi Associates' front exterior signage does this well by presenting their name, address, and information in a large, clear format. However, the signage is parallel to the road, thus offering its information only when directly in front of it in a vehicle. The information could be presented more directly by positioning this exterior sign, or by creating another sign, which offers the same information just perpendicular to the road and oncoming traffic. All signage is important for customers' ability to understand and derive a positive experience from the servicescape by avoiding confusion and inconvenience. When a servicescape is missing necessary signage, a customer may become confused, frustrated, or lost, which could translate into negative feelings towards the firm. Rossi Associates employees will lead the customer to their meeting area or waiting area. However, should the customer leave and try to return without employee assistance, the lack of directional signage for the conference rooms could leave the customer confused and lost. A simple way to redirect this confusing experience into a more positive one is to use directional signage to help the customer find their way back to the conference rooms. Informational signage could be used with simple printed sheets with the customer's name or business, which could then be placed neatly on the door of the conference room they will be occupying. This not only helps the customer to return to the correct area, but also adds a personal touch to the stark conference rooms. Lighting comes in two forms: natural lighting and artificial lighting, both very much affecting mood and ability to play either the employee or customer role in the servicescape. Rossi Associates uses natural lighting to their advantage in their waiting room. However, their conference rooms have minimal natural lighting and appear cold and impersonal. This would require more extensive and expensive renovation to correct. Lighting also can be artificial in the form of man-made lamps and overhead lighting. Rossi Associates' largest problem is their inconsistencies in their artificial lighting. Walking through the office, one notices very little lighting being used in a positive way for the customer or employees. There are some light bulbs emitting a white light, and some emitting a yellowish tinted light. Throughout the building there are many light bulbs that just need to be replaced. Another issue discovered was the inability for employees to adjust their individual lighting to facilitate their role within the service. There is no way to dim or brighten the lights. This includes the conference rooms, which cannot be dimmed for digital presentations, and cannot be brightened if needing to look at blueprints and scale drawings. Rossi Associates should invest in adjustable lighting for their employees and customers. Overall, lighting throughout the building needs continuous maintenance to replace burnout bulbs and minor renovations to increase employee productivity and customer convenience and experience. Artifacts play an important packaging role at Rossi Associates as being presented as a tangible object for the customer to evaluate. Artifacts include awards, certificates, photographs, memorabilia, paintings, and other physical objects placed around the room. The relationship between these artifacts and customers is a connection purposely reinforced by Rossi and Associates to facilitate discussion and interaction and to strengthen the bond between Rossi and its clients. Artifacts can also present the customer with a feeling of trust and comfort. For example, the multiple certifications for Rossi Associates across many states allow the customer to understand their expertise and level of understanding of laws and regulations for architects. The only minor problem with their presentation of awards is the lack of recent awards and photographs. Most are from the early 2000s and farther behind. By presenting older awards, instead of creating trust and comfort, the customer may actually feel uneasiness and think Rossi Associates has started to let their quality of workmanship diminish. By keeping only the most recent and most prestigious awards and neatly displaying them, Rossi Associates would receive more positive connections. At Rossi Associates, it is not only the awards that are not up to date, but also the magazines within the customer waiting area. These magazines were printed mostly in the 1990s. While they are an interesting artifact, they do not assist Rossi Associates in securing clientele. A suggestion would be to completely replace the old magazines with new magazines to keep the up-to-date reputation of the firm securely fixed in the client's mind. Also, replacing the war-themed magazines they currently have with architect and design magazines, it would assist in stimulating future conversation among Rossi Associates employees and customers. Within the customer waiting area, it is overrun with plants brought in over the cold months by employees of the company. While some plant life can present a calming mood and can be a complement to the design, this copious amount is almost suffocating to the waiting clients. The plants are large, overbearing, and not all of them are vibrant and alive. A lot of them appear wilted and browning. Rossi Associates, presenting itself in this manner, does not offer much hope for the client in terms of how beautiful their commission building is going to be. The plant life should be removed from the office, and only 2 to 3 plants should remain. This amount will be easier to maintain with watering and trimming, and will create a relaxing atmosphere instead of an overbearing, confusing atmosphere for the waiting clients. Another important element of a servicescape is music. Rossi Associates does not play music throughout their building, and it creates a strange silence, especially in the customer waiting area. The front desk secretary is allowed by the owner to listen to music on her computer, but there is no monitoring of the music or regulations about what would be positive music for the customers to hear. While some music is usually better than no music, there comes a point when music would be unbearable and negative for the customer, such as cursing within the songs or playing music from the 1970s. The interior design of Rossi Associates has a packaging and facilitating role within the company due to the client-company interactions occurring within the interior space. The interior design is also important for employees since this is where they spend their work time and the design dictates their operations. From the layout of the desks, color, furniture, and flooring, it can be determined Rossi Associates' interior design was designed in the 1970s and requires a huge update. Materials used within the building are out of date and require renovation, from the flooring in the waiting area to the restroom facilities and to the conference room wall material. Each of these items dates Rossi Associates and decreases their ability in the customer's mind to design a new, up-to-date building. The organization of space is mildly confusing, with conference rooms located in different areas and what appears to be unused space in the waiting area and to the right of the front secretary's desk. These spaces should be utilized more and neatened to avoid negative feelings from the